Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to The Toast and happy Friday. Oh my God, like OMG.
Joyous.
Joyful, Lord, we adore thee. I love Sister Act. Hi, speaking of sister.
And actresses.
Yeah, how are you?
I am good, Turt. I am doing well. I'm wearing our final piece of merch. I think I've worn the entire collection on the show this week. Actually, I didn't wear the t-shirt, but I'm wearing the sweatpants. I wore the sweatshirt the other day. Now I'm wearing the sweatpants. I'm so cozy. I love a merch launch week because it's a fantastic excuse to wear cozies on the show.
1000%. You look good.
Thank you. You look good. I like your sweater.
Thank you. So I was waiting to get called out. I stole this sweater. Jackie, I was at your house and we were going somewhere and I needed just a nice shirt. And I went in and I found this shirt. It's from Zara. It's like a million years old. It's literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm about to go take it because it's a little old and it's Zara. So it's not like, the most amazingly. I'm about to take it to the tailor and spend more money just like fixing up some of these buttons. Like I want it to be perfect. It's going to end up costing me more than the shirt originally cost. It's so cute. It's a perfect summer blouse. Thank you for letting me. I just saw it and I was like, I'm not even going to negotiate with you. Like this shirt is mine now.
It's totally fine. What's so crazy is I'm pretty sure I took it from Margot.
It's Sisterhood of the Traveling Shirt. Really shirt.
Really shirt. Really turt.
Dead.
Really
So thank you for this. I love this shirt. I feel so beautiful.
You look so beautiful. My shirt today is Skims. It's a bodysuit.
Toast sponsor. We love to. I've been really engaging with the Toast sponsors recently. I just got a package, my Honey Love package. I just got an email, my Honey Love package has been delivered.
I have really been engaging with the Toast sponsors. I got a shipment from Cozy Earth and because I got new bedding and I did something smart where I got a different color of bedding so that I know which pieces belong to which. I'm not reading labels. Has everyone been doing that this whole time?
I don't want to say anything negative about your home because I love it there and I remember the last time I gave some constructive criticism, I got in trouble. But your linen closet
is confusing and everything is for a queen size bed first of all because I had a queen size bed for so many years.
And how many queen size beds do you have in your current home?
One.
When Bruno
My old bed.
Right. When Bruno peed on the guest bedroom bed, Jackie and I were tasked with changing the sheets. We seriously were in that linen closet. It's one of the darkest times of my life.
Right. So I reached out to Cozy Earth. I'm like, can I please I need another set of king everything because one thing about Bruno, he loves peeing on the bed. And I don't want to put my boy on blast. But he literally did it 2 nights ago. He peed on my bed. And he had just gone. Usually when he has an accident, I'm like, oh, that's on me. I know I didn't take you out in a timely manner. He had gone out recently before that, so now it's just a fun thing he does and it's not gonna work for mama.
No, there isn't a more annoying place a dog could pee. It is so inconvenient and I've gotten to a place because I have an excuse at least. I'm training a puppy. He pees on the bed quite frequently and I've gotten to a place where I am not changing the sheets. I am soaking it up, I am spot treating it, and then I'm blow drying it. Seriously?
Agreed. Usually Bruno, his favorite thing to do, aside from go to the Maldives and spend all his cash on Magnolia, is to go into the pillows, ruffle around in there, and sometimes leave a pee on our pillows. So in that situation, you have to change the sheets because you can't be sleeping so close to urine.
No, of course, but a pillow is kind of a dream. It's just one pillowcase.
It's never just one pillowcase. Not with that shy guy. This time, it was towards the lower half of the bed. Yeah, I spot treated it. Mommy's not changing the sheets.
It's just not. It can't happen. It's just not.
And every time I do it, I regret it. And every time I do it, I wind up not sleeping with my bed complete. I wind up sleeping on the mattress pad the first night because it's always at night, right? And then I have no sheets. So I sleep on the mattress pad with a blanket. I don't get my bed back together for 4 days. It's a 4-day process.
I want to say something really quickly, 2 really quick housekeeping announcements, because when I arrived at my studio today, there is a fucking humming outside my window. I don't know where it's coming from. If it is being picked up on the mic, you're not hearing things. I can't do anything about it. It'll be gone, hopefully, by Monday. If you're watching on YouTube, you might be saying, Turdy, what are you sitting on? And I'm here to tell you, I have purchased a tailbone pillow. I got sick. I'm being proactive. I got sick of being in pain after sitting. I am so comfortable right now. It's special pillow to release some of the pressure off your tailbone. And I'll report back, but it's from Amazon and so far I'm loving it. But it is so not aesthetic, I
can't see it from where I'm sitting. And
yes, this black thing right here.
We have different butt pain because I don't have tailbone, I have upper cheek. So
this might work for you too.
You think it would work for upper cheek?
I don't know. I literally Googled like tailbone pillow. Why don't you Google like butt cheek pillow?
Yeah. I'm going to also Google like butt cheek pain. You know, maybe there's a community for me.
Well, I found my community, a lot of girls let me know they have the exact same issue, especially after losing weight. And it's a pelvic floor issue that either therapy or certain like physical therapists like should be able to help with. It's like an easy problem. But what would I talk about if I didn't have my tailbone problem?
So you're saying you're skinny?
I mean, I wasn't saying that, but if you wanted to glean, yeah, you could like infer that from what I said.
You know who's a pelvic floor expert these days? Lauren Elizabeth. Do you know about her pelvic floor?
Is that from like birth?
Yeah, she had like a whole, or like the way I'm like know about the cervix, she knows about the pelvic floor.
We all come to these journeys in our own time and in our own ways.
And if we put all of our knowledge together, we're unstoppable.
Unstoppable. And we're just unstoppable in general because it's Friday. We both look amazing. We have such a fabulous show. I actually chose the stories today, which I was excited to do.
So yes, you sent me a bunch of stories and I just took a look at my usual sites and there were so many stories today. I still haven't whittled them all down. I am using most of yours, but not all because there were so many stories.
I just want to say, and I feel like you're going to choose it, but I meant to text you, like I could live without the Kylie Jenner one. I just feel like we've had this conversation 55 times already.
I agree. I was meant to write back to you and be like, are you sending this because like it seems like something we should talk about or because you want to talk about it? Because I don't really want to talk about it.
Me neither. I've said what I've said on record 1,000 times and I'm not interested in having that conversation again and talking to like, you know, a wall.
Great. Okay, so I think 3 out of the 5 that you sent me are in the lineup. And the other 2 are wild cards.
We also have Queenie and Weenie, which is so exciting. I was able to pick my Weenie, of course, as usual, instantly. And I actually had 2. Like I was overwhelmed with options. Queenie took me a minute, but I got there, and I'm so excited. That's my favorite segment of the week every Friday. Jackie and I do a little game called Queenie and Weenie of the Week, where we give an award to somebody who acted like a Queenie and somebody who acted like a Weenie this week. Now, it's not permanent. You can be Queenie one week, Weenie the next, so don't get too comfortable.
No, that's not happened, weirdly
It's all in good fun.
No, it's weird. No one's been Weenie and then Queenie.
I've been waiting for Normani's management to do something amazing with Normani so that I can take them from Weenie to Queenie, but they haven't dazzled me yet.
No, and like the album came out.
Right. Like the opportunity is lost.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into, without further ado, right?
Oh, it's like so quick. I don't know. What else do you want to say?
I don't know. I'm feeling so hustled now. I had a very busy day yesterday of trying on seamless for our show.
Same.
It was a humbling experience, but not totally fruitless. I got 2 dresses out of my big order. That's something.
Mine was completely fruitless, except I learned something. You know, it's always good when you can learn something. I had placed like the biggest order from Revolve, and I was not even worried about what I was going to wear to these shows. I'm like, I can always get something at Revolve. Although it has been a minute since I ordered from Revolve, but for a while it was really my go-to place for real clothes. Like not fast fashion. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's always been worth it compared to all these other websites because it's real clothes.
No, and so many of the things that I have in my closet from years ago, like are from Revolve. Like they will hold up. They'll, you know, still have the seams intact.
Right. But I want to ask if anybody else has had this experience recently because like I opened up a box of shit, a box of crap, a box of seriously, you could mistaken it for Shein. And I had sent you a couple of pictures, Jackie, the stuff I didn't send you pictures of, like seriously, devastating. And something has changed at Revolve.
Something has changed within them.
I couldn't help but wonder, what has changed at Revolve? Like the quality was crap and I wasn't being cheap. Like I placed a big order. I wasn't planning on keeping everything. God willing, I could have, but this was like, I spared no expense. We're playing the Beacon Theater. This was me, you know, going balls to the wall. And it was so disappointing. It was so crappy, so flimsy, so wrinkly. It was giving Shein. It looked like the box like fell off the back of a truck.
I have so many thoughts and theories on what it could be. Now, first, I want to give Revolve the benefit of the doubt and say maybe it's a sign of the times. These trying economic times and materials are suffering. Costs are staying the same, usually increasing, and the materials are suffering. Just like at the grocery store, now you get less chips in the bag because they want to keep the price of the bag of chips the same price. They don't want to increase the bag of chips price, but they have to decrease the amount of product. That's just, you know,
it's called shrinkflation, and it's happening with tampons too. A lot of women have been going to the doctor because they think their flow is getting heavier in an unnatural way, but super tampons are not the size they were a year ago. It's actually, I read all about this on TikTok. Women are like freaking out about tampon sizes.
Oh, wow.
It's called shrinkflation. Yes, the bag of chips isn't going up in price, but the amount inside is, so their costs are going down.
Right. So what would you prefer, though, as the consumer? Because the cost of everything is going up. These businesses, they're not charities. Like, they still have costs to make. I think they probably, some of them... Greedy, but most of them, like, this is what it costs to make it, this is what it costs to sell it, shelf space, shipping, like, this is what it fucking is. Would you rather have the bag of chips go up in price or have less chips in your bag?
At the end of the day, it's the same out of my pocket.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck. I guess I don't like when things change, so leave the chips the same inside, you know?
Leave the same inside. Okay, so the cost of chips goes up.
So anyways, to say,
maybe that's what happens with
dresses.
Revolve, like, materials and their brands, like the materials cost more, we're using crappier materials to keep things at the same price. That's one theory. Second theory is maybe you've changed in your style a little bit. Maybe you have a little bit more of an elevated style and you're looking for better made things. Also, that could be about getting older. I feel like fast fashion is sometimes, younger pieces, trendier pieces, but now you want pieces that will stand the test of time.
By the way, that's fair. It did occur to me that perhaps Revolve hasn't changed. I have. However, like you said, I have pieces in my closet that are from Revolve that I still love and I still wear and I still have in my rotation. So I don't know.
Now, let me tell you my issue with Revolve, because I went shopping on Revolve to get some options too. And I'm sure I've changed too. But everything on Revolve is naked, cutouts, breasts. Yes. Like, if you don't have fake breasts or no breasts, how are you wearing these things? Everything is like that. It's crazy. Like, just walking around naked now?
Yeah, no, all the clothes are cropped, cut out, sleeveless, booby, and that's never been.
Deep V, spaghetti straps, cut at the side, slit up to the pussy. Like, where are the clothes? Oh, and it charges you so much money to wear nothing.
But here's the other thing, because then yesterday I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe I've evolved past Revolve. Maybe it's time that I graduate to Forward, which is their sister website for more expensive pieces. And I've always known, I don't know if I've ever bought anything on Forward, but yesterday was the first time I actually looked, and I was really shook at the prices.
It's a jump. It's not the next step. It's a leap.
It's a leap. It's Bergdorf's. Like, it's those types of pricing. And I feel like maybe that's intentional, like Revolve becoming much more, flimsy and cheap, so that if you're looking for real clothes, you have to shop on Forward. But I didn't. Like, I did not buy one thing on Forward because it was just too expensive, and everything was really gorgeous. But like, I want to, spare no expense, but within reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice theory. Like, maybe Revolve is intentionally becoming crappier because it feels that way. It feels like a shift.
It feels like a shift.
And I can own up to my part in it.
Me too.
But I've always not been, thoughty style. I've always had like a mature granny look.
We've never been the target demo for Revolve because we are, big-breasted women. We're like, we don't have figures like the typical Revolve customer, like young, hot TikTok thing.
But I've always been able to find things for myself. Same. High-waisted shorts, tops that I like, dresses that I like. They have my whole closet is Revolve. And so as much as, yes, I have changed, not that much.
No, I agree, by the way. I'm so glad we're having this conversation.
Me too. I literally everything was naked. I think I was in the naked edit, perhaps.
So then this morning,
Naked Girl Summer,
I placed a big order because I was talking about this on my TikTok and somebody recommended. I had totally forgotten about Shopbop. Let me tell you, I placed such a fabulous order from Shopbop today, and it was giving old school Revolve. It was giving right between Revolve and Forward because it was more expensive than Revolve, but nowhere near Forward. It was like those mid-tier brands like Alexis, Zimmerman, like pricey and real, but not Forward pricing.
Yeah, that reminds me of like Intermix. I don't know how good their e-commerce is.
So stay tuned for Shopbop.
Even though I interned there one summer, so I should know about their e-commerce.
You should.
But things change.
People change.
You should check out Tuckernuck. I don't know if you're there yet because it's also very much like a Southern style.
For tour?
Not for tour, but just for daily life.
So all that to say, I have no dresses yet for tour, and now I have a pit about it.
I have 2.5.
All we really need right now is 2 for the Beacon.
We have
a little bit more time.
I have a Beacon dress and I have a Hamptons dress. That second dress, the flower one, you guys aren't ready. It's a departure. It's a departure for your girl.
I'm kind of having anxiety about it. It's kind of like ruining my excitement for the upcoming live shows.
Yeah, you just have to place a ton of big orders. I have a lot of things coming in the next few days. Throw enough shit against the wall. Hopefully I can get to a place of so I have 2 dresses that I got from Saks worked. 1 dress worked, but it's a backup dress. It's not a showstopper. And then I have 1 dress in my closet that you gave me that I haven't worn yet that I could also wear
I
do a
loved
show.
that on
So
you.
technically I have 4 dresses to clothe myself with.
Must be nice.
What do you mean? You could wear the dress that you wore to Celine Dion, which also I want to try.
Yeah, of course, but I want to wear something new and fresh. Jax, we're
I
playing
know.
a Beacon.
I tried on the dress that I wore to our Toast-iversary party, which I love that dress so much. And I'm like, why not wear it again? I know we took a million pictures, but like...
It's likely, right?
Likely. And I tried it on and I literally was like I had deja vu in it. I'm like, oh, I've seen you so many times, so many pictures, so many videos. Like, I actually can't wear it again in such a public way. It's like the girl has one dress.
It's the same brand as Celine Dion dress.
Likely is fantastic.
Likely is fantastic, and I also placed an order there yesterday. It is extremely underrated and extremely affordable for dresses.
And it's been fantastic for a while. I have dresses in my closet from, I want to say 10 years ago that are Likely. When we spoke at Miami University, I wore a really old Likely dress, but I was pregnant, so I just didn't zip it up the back, and I wore a blazer over it. Life hack.
Because we are, scrappy like that.
Yeah.
We're going to make it work. So don't worry about us. We're going to look amazing at our live shows, just like we're not going to turn around. No one knows what's going on in the back.
We are not going to turn around. We're so Project Runway. That was like at the Panthers game. I didn't even show you guys that I'm literally Christian Siriano, but I had this like oversized leather jacket. I didn't have any Panthers gear, but the brand had sent me some stickers. So I put a Panthers sticker on my leather jacket and I won Project Runway.
It's giving unconventional materials challenge on Project Runway.
And it's still, now I officially have a Panthers jacket in my closet because it's still on.
Because you are a designer.
Yeah. No, I am an industrialist.
We are scrappy, we are industrious, and we always, in the words of Tim Gunn, make it work.
It was a make it work moment, Turdy.
It was a make it work moment. I love that.
Really, Turt?
No, but literally, like me opening up this Revolve box, I was literally felt like Justin Timberlake. I'm like, this is going to ruin the tour.
Claudia, I had such a funny idea for
a TikTok?
A piece of content.
Obsessed.
So we'll talk offline.
Let's connect offline.
Let's content create later. I actually have a piece of content dropping today, like in my content creator era, that I've like shocked myself with. I showed it to you the other day, the reels.
Remind me. It's a shocking piece of content, you guys. You are not ready for Jackie's and SpawnCon nonetheless.
It's SpawnCon. I had so much fun making it. Like, I really felt like I was being original and violent in my work.
Original and violent in your work.
I was living an ordinary life and
Totally.
being original and violent in my work. And I will post the video as we're uploading today's episode. So right now you can go and watch it. It's on my Instagram.
And whatever the brand paid you, like, they should have doubled it. Like, it's the most, it's shocking in its genius.
In its originality and violence.
Violence, yeah, for sure.
The more I think about that quote, the more I like it.
The more you understand why you wrote it down in the first place.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I really do. I like it. Really, Flaubert? Really?
Really? Because I like it, Bert. We seriously are not okay.
No, we're not okay. After yesterday, I was watching a piece of our content. Fantastic. I enjoyed myself. And it was giving not okay.
But that's like us.
It is. Especially on a Friday.
Yeah, I'm excited. You have any big weekend plans?
No, my weekend plans are, actually, I'm going out Saturday night. Party.
With who? Mary Orton and your neighbors?
Party. No, actually, with my other friends down here.
Oh, she has other friends who don't live next to her. Cool.
Yeah, Mary Orton and I have really been, we've been chatting about, she loved her shout out on the toast. She said her husband was cackling about Mr. Orton.
By the way, he is heretofore. I'm sorry, Mr. Orton.
Yeah, he is. But no, I'm getting ready this weekend. I need to pack. Even though I haven't started packing, like in my mind I have. You know what I mean? I've got lists.
Toasty summer is upon us.
Swirly girl summer.
Swirly girl summer. I haven't even told you about my weekend plans. I'm headed, to the country with Ben's fam because it's Ben's dad's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Bruce.
Happy birthday
and we're just gonna
to Bruce.
Swim and pickleball and eat, and it's gonna be fabulous.
That is so fantastic. Yeah. Also, the other update from what we did yesterday is sandwich shop update.
You and Ben are kind of butting heads.
We're having creative differences.
Which is to be expected, but this early on, it's not a good sign.
As long as we're speaking to each other with respect, I think that that's okay. And I don't think it's been disrespectful yet, but we definitely are having different ideas of what our vision for our sandwich shop is. And I actually used AI to generate a photo of the vibe I'm thinking of. So I think he was able to understand where I'm coming from.
The thing is, you are thinking very Nancy Meyers. Ben is thinking very Jersey Mike's.
He's thinking very Subway.
Never the twain shall meet. Like, there is no hybrid of that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you lose on both counts, and then it's just like a mosh. Like, it's like sweaty Nancy Meyers.
So Ben is seeing like your vision, yes, as probably like the better aesthetic idea, but he thinks that his idea is more scalable. More franchisable, more, could be bigger. And ours is just very niche, very mom and pop, he had said, which sounded like an insult.
Yeah, but I think that when you're building something, like you have to think about the one. Yeah, it's exciting to think about the 200, and maybe this could be good at 200. But if you can't get a good one, there will be no 200. So if I'm making this incredible one, everyone will want it so much there will be 200.
It starts at the top.
Yeah. So that's where we've kind of stalled. But I think that we will be able to push through.
And we are survivors. We will get through this, and we will come out stronger.
Yeah, we will. I would love for you to weigh in. Whose vision are you seeing more? I wasn't getting the vibe that it was mine.
I cannot participate. Like, I can't take a side. Because let me say this. I actually agree with Ben. Like, I can't see a franchise of sandwiches that is,
My sandwiches.
Yeah, but I don't like Ben's concept at all. So I think maybe we need to start from scratch, like for real.
Okay. And that's what I said. We need an official brainstorm. Like, we should rent a conference room.
All right, I'll get online and book it.
Okay.
Now,
without further ado, where there was much ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by our good old friends at State Farm, or as we like to say, State Firm. Today's episode of The Toast is brought to you by State Farm. When you get a new car or a new home, the first thing you might find yourself saying is, okay, how is this real? But really, the words that you should be saying or singing are, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. State Farm is there with the coverage that you need for your car, for your home, even boats, motorcycles, RVs, and other things that matter to you. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you choose the coverage that you need. And with so many coverage options, it feels good knowing that you can find what fits for you. And when you need ways to get help, State Farm gives you options there too. So when you need help protecting the things that matter most, remember to sing it like Jackson Claude. Let me say something about State Farm. They've got you covered. If you're in your homesteading tradwife era and you'd like to talk to an agent, over the phone, very old school, very Jax coded, you can do that. If you're just sort of bordering on, Gen Zillennial, you want to do it in the app, want to do it on the phone, quick, tap, key, you could do that too. They have communication methods for everyone. So whatever stage of life you are in, whatever methods of communication you prefer, State Farm has got you covered. That's what we love about State Farm. No matter what kind of toaster you are, State Farm lets you do things your way. So when you need help protecting the things that matter most, remember to sing it like Jax or sing it like Claude. Hit it, Jax.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Beautiful.
Okay,
that was really beautiful.
It was, but I have to end it with mine. Like a good neighbor. Oh my God. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Okay, not me dropping the ball. Today's episode is also brought to you by Prolon. These days, a lot of people are learning about all the benefits of fasting, like weight loss, mental and physical performance, gut health. But of course, they worry about the whole not eating part because that's just not really an option for some of us and not enjoyable. Well, that's exactly why Prolon was created. Prolon is a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe that they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, it supports cardiovascular health, and reduces abdominal fat. But Prolon is not a diet, it is science. It's science based on Nobel Prize-winning discoveries in medicine. So it all starts with the Prolon 5-day program. You get snacks, soups, and beverages that are all designed to keep your body in the state of fasting without actually having to fast. So you're tricking your body into fasting, you're receiving all the benefits that come from fasting, but you're not out here fasting. You have soups, you have beverages, you have snacks. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced, and it's a no wonder why thousands of doctors now recommend Prolon to support healthy blood sugar and cardiovascular health. Prolon is a science-backed nutrition program that helps support blood sugar levels and cardiovascular health. And right now, Prolon is offering the Toast listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/toast. That's PROLONLIFE.com/toast for the special offer of 15% off the 5-day nutrition program. That's prolonlife.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Jenny Kane. So there's so many things we love about the Jenny Kane brand, but I would say overall it's the aesthetic. It's a brand you can go to and know you're going to get coastal grand, Nancy Meyers, make it high fashion, make it gorgeous for the home, for your body. And I have so many Jenny Kane pieces in my closet, in my house that I love because it really is like my aesthetic. My pants today are so Jenny Kane coated. They're actually not from Jenny Kane, but that's the vibe, if you know what I mean. It's like I have these fabulous cashmere sweaters. I've got these great candles, these great throw pillows, and it's all really giving Nancy Meyers movie. Their sweaters are the quintessential must-have item, and this season we can't get enough of their cotton collection. So the cotton cocoon cardigan and the Khloe crew neck have been our spring staples. The Khloe crew neck comes in a range of colors, making it easy to mix and match my wardrobe. I've gotten 2 big hauls from Jenny Kane this year, winter sweaters and now like more of the cotton pieces for spring and summer. It's just the best. Everything I have from Jenny Kane I've had for a really long time. They wear really well. They're really well made. It's, you know, in the spirit of what we were just talking about, clothes that feel like real clothes. And no matter what's going on in the industry right now, like Jenny Kane's quality has not suffered. If you need something luxurious to add to your vacation wardrobe, we've been loving the Flynn cashmere sweater. It is so versatile, easy to dress up or down, making it the perfect piece to pack in our suitcases. They also have a stunning collection of home essentials, timeless furniture pieces, cozy pillows and throws, and perfectly curated decor with the most incredible candles. So find your new uniform at jennykane.com. Our listeners get my couches are from Jenny Kane. I always get questions about those. Our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code TOAST15 at checkout. That's 15% off your first order at JENNIKAYNE.com. Promo code TOAST15. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about. Embrace your summer aesthetic with Jenny Kane.
Thank you, La.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Our first story is some big, shocking, upsetting news about the man of the week, Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner says he won't be returning to Yellowstone in a new video. So he confirmed that he will not reprise his role as John Dutton for the final episodes of Yellowstone. So season 5, second half, they're calling it 5B, is supposed to be filming right now and coming out in the winter or whatever. And he just said that he's not coming back. He said, "Hi, everyone. I just want to reach out and let you know that after this long year and a half of working on Horizon," and that's what, the reason for the season and all the press, and doing all the things that's required and thinking about Yellowstone, that beloved series that I love, that I know you love, I just realized that I'm not going to be able to continue season 5B or in the future. It was something that really changed me. I loved it, and I know you loved it. I just wanted to let you know that I won't be returning. I love the relationship we've been able to develop, and I'll see you at the movies.
I hate this announcement. It's very Vinny Chase coded, like I'm currently, like I said, watching this part of Entourage, and in the episodes we were watching last night, he gets like an opportunity, even though he's like the most hated loser actor, and he's still fucking it up, okay? I don't like this. However, obviously, like, we love John Dutton. 2 things. One, at least like we're moving forward. Like, we've been thinking about this, throwing this question back and forth for literally 2 years. So to have a concrete answer, even though it might not be the one some people wanted, I'm fine, honestly. At least we're moving forward. We're not at this standstill anymore. And 2, the whole premise of the show up until this point has been the future of the ranch. What will happen after John Dutton? So you know what? In the final season, like, we kind of don't need John Dutton because we need to answer the question we set out to answer in episode 1. Like, who does the ranch go to?
It's like Succession, ranch version. Logan died. Spoiler alert. Logan died. It's
Republican Succession.
I have a couple things I want to say. One, I hope that he filmed even some of season 5B so that we have a goodbye, not just like, oh, John's gone.
Yeah.
How you doing? 2, why is it so hard for him to film these last 5-10 episodes? It's half of a season and then it's over. The show is perfection otherwise. Like, why can't you just get it together? And like, he is the show. The show would never have reached the levels that it did without him. Like, it's like as if Tyler Sheridan isn't there for the second half of the last season. Like, you can't just make it work.
No, it's so lazy, and it's so honestly like...
I agree that for the plot, it's not the worst thing ever, but for the lore of the show, like, now it's going to be remembered as like a show where everyone fought and Kevin Costner couldn't hack it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, you're right, it's half a season left. If they are going to get rid of his character, like, which I actually think they should, he could have done, 2 episodes? It's actually...
And now it's a spoiler.
Of course, but it's also like, it's disrespectful to the fans. Like, just finish it. Like, put up with whatever you have to put up with. I'm sure you and Tyler Sheridan hate each other. figure it out for 2 fucking episodes. It just kind of, it destroys the legacy of the show now and it's like too real. Like, I don't even know if we'll be able to enjoy it. We'll just know what's going on behind the scenes is like so turned.
Yeah, even if they wanted to kill off John or whatever, like, don't tell us you're not coming back so then we can see it and be like, oh my God, John's gone. Now we all know what's going to happen in the second half of the show. So why did you have to do that? And I agree, it is disrespectful to the fans because this show is where it is because of the fans. Like, this show got no love, no press, no media, no awards, but because
Fake network.
14 million people were tuning in every week, it was impossible to ignore.
Yeah, it's disappointing, honestly. And I can't stress enough how, like, not disappointing it is that Kevin Costner's character won't be in the plot of the show because I think that the show really can exist and maybe even exist better without him.
Things now will happen, like, as opposed to, like, oh, he's shot, but he's back.
But just in terms of, like, decorum and the way that this could have been handled, bad on all accounts. Everyone involved, shame.
I'm mad about the spoiler.
Who do we think the ranch goes to? Like, obviously goes to Beth and Rip.
Obviously goes to Beth and Rip, but after them.
Well, aren't they taking in that kid?
I know, but he's not a Dutton.
No, he's not.
I think it eventually goes to Casey's son.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Casey. I don't mind him.
Yeah, and that way it's like a nice ending because he is half Dutton and half
native.
And they've always been disputing about the land anyway, so now it's everyone's land if it's his.
But that's too perfect. Something's gonna happen to that kid. Something.
No, but nothing's gonna happen to him, but like it's gonna be a hard road to get there. But can't everyone see that as like he's the only heir? He represents everyone who wants a piece of the land, and now we all have a piece of the land. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard. The issue is the sharks coming in. You know, like...
and the economy.
The people, like that woman who they all want to buy up the land. So it's like, what's the name of the president?
The lady?
No, the guy. The native...
it's been like 3 years.
The one from Twilight.
Oh, the native. The mayor. Yeah. I don't know his name. Love him.
Yeah. He... and John need to come, or he and the Duttons need to now come together because there are all these outside non-Montana, like non-indigenous forces that want to ruin the land, put an airport.
My enemy is my friend.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's a good motto too. That's like a classic, very colloquial.
Yeah. That one I don't think gets forgotten.
No, because it's a good one. Mm-hmm. Also, one that is like very, very common that I actually don't think is a slay at all is keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Like, no, get the fuck away from me, smelly.
I totally agree.
Like, I want nothing to do with you. If you're my enemy,
why would I, only a sick person keeps their enemy closer than their friends. Like, what are you, miserable all the time surrounded by people that you hate and the good people that, like, you like are...
that love you?
Thrown on the side of the road?
Terrible, terrible motto.
It needs to be recalibrated. Like, keep a watchful eye.
Yeah.
You know, to say that, like...
keep your friends close and your enemies within arm's length.
I don't know. I want them out of sight. Like,
arm's
who
reach.
harps on their enemies all the time?
Like, literally me and Taylor Swift.
Yes. Not you. Not you.
No. Definitely not. Never turt.
Never turt. Okay, so goodbye. Goodbye. You were bigger than the whole big sky.
This is Big Loser energy.
I was trying to say big sky.
Oh, that's good.
Montana.
Big Loser energy radiating from this whole saga. But at least it's over.
And I'm pretty sure in all the headlines I saw this week, I saw one where Kevin Costner was like mad about all like the rumors about the set drama. And it's like...
let me say something. I don't know much. And I've never met these people. Kevin Costner is definitely toxic. Like, I could just
think?
Yes, he is definitely diva, definitely asshole. Like, I can just see it. I think I could see a lot of people on that show being an asshole, you know? But he's definitely doesn't seem like the innocent in all this. Because if he really was like harmless and innocent, he would have just kept his head down and finished the show for the fans. But the fact that he was like fine with like kind of saying fuck you to the fans, like he definitely has prick-like tendencies.
So you're saying he's 62 and still growing up now.
I would say
who
that.
Who you are is not who you've been.
You're not an innocent.
62 was a guess. Let's see how old he is.
I think it sounded right when you said it to me.
I had to say it with certainty. 69.
LOL. What are we,
69 and still growing up now.
It doesn't slap as hard.
Well.
They really ruined that number. Like,
it's so dumb.
It's so dumb. It's hilarious.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah.
Our king, Luke Combs,
is crying.
He's making JJ Watt crying. He's crying. Everyone's crying. It's an emotional time.
It is. It is an emotional time for sure. The summer just sort of brings it out in people.
Luke Combs is crying. He was on a podcast and he got emotional, revealing that he missed the birth of his second son, Beau. So he said he's still emotional about missing his 10-month-old son, Beau's birth, when his wife, Nicole Combs, gave birth to their second child in August 2023. The country singer was on tour in Australia. He spoke to Apple Music One's Zane Lowe, and he said, I haven't really told anybody about that. He calls it a really hard truth to face. He noted that Beau's arrival was one of the best and one of the worst days in his life. It's still hard to wrap his head around. His voice broke as he detailed the unfortunate situation, telling listeners he woke up from a text from his wife, who was 2.5 weeks before her due date, and she said, I'm so sorry. I really tried not to have the baby while you were gone. He hinted that Nicole, who was with her mom and her sister at the time, FaceTimed him while delivering Beau. He said, I got to see him be born, which was awesome. He praised both his and his partner's great support systems, clarifying that his closest friends worked for him and that they were present through the whole thing. He said, it's a defining moment in my life for sure. It sums up in a lot of ways some of the bad parts of the music business. Your schedule's crazy and you're traveling all over the place. It's not like I can drop everything I'm doing and fly 18 hours home.
Right, that's the thing. If he was in the States, like he could have flown on a jet and gotten there. Maybe not exact time, but he would have been there for some of it. Like, could he have been in a worse place, Australia?
No, and I'm pretty sure like this tour date was set before Nicole got pregnant.
Yes.
So the show is set, the tickets are sold, even though you know you might miss it. Like, really, what can you do? Nothing.
No, and the fact that he could have made it if she hadn't gone early. Like, it was still 2.5 weeks before her due date. So unfortunate. I didn't know this. This is the first time he's sharing this. The clip, like, actually, like, made me cry. His voice, like, croaks, and he's just, like, actually, like, you could tell he's so upset about it, and I feel like he felt like feels shame about it, you know, not being there. That's my king right there. Like, let me tell you, they could never make me hate him. I'm trying to think of something Luke Combs could do that I would dislike him.
He could join an encampment.
But the thing is, I know him very well. Like, he's incapable of that sort of lunacy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think like a realistic thing. Like, yeah, he could become a Nazi, but he wouldn't. Like, I know him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So what is something within the realm of possibility that Luke Combs could do that would make me hate him? Nothing.
Agreed. I feel like this story, it's that song, his song, The Part they don't tell you about the job. Like, they'll tell you about the old guitars, like all the perks of the job.
The songs you bought, the house, the cars.
How your hometown's
proud
of where you are. So they tell you about
good.
all the perks of the job, but there's the part that they don't tell you about, and it's literally this, like the things that you miss, the times that you miss.
Girls. They tell you about the girls you get, but not the ones you'll come to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Chills.
So that's it. And I also feel like most other not amazing people like Luke would be like bummed they missed the birth and then, you know, move on. But the fact that like it's 10 months later and like he can't get over it, it just speaks
and he's still
to, like,
crying about it.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Mighty good. Like, seriously, stan till the day I die.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's always, like, opening up exclusively on the Zane, what's his name? Lowe show.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because I remember the really only time Luke has ever spoken about his weight was on Zane Lowe. And I think it was when Nico was pregnant and he was like, you know, her being pregnant and just this like feeling of having kids is really making me think about my weight and my health like more than ever. And it was like a really sort of relatable and profound conversation. And was on the Zane Lowe show. So maybe like him and Zane are like real boys because he's obviously comfortable there.
Yeah, but he does a couple like he did Joe Rogan.
Yep.
He did a Barstool show.
He did Theo Von. No. He did Nelk Boys.
Nelk Boys.
I forget what the podcast is called, but.
And he did the Toast CMA red carpet.
A couple of times.
Okay, well.
This. Heart hands to everyone.
Lilas. Are you ready for our next story? Sad news.
Oh.
Donald Sutherland has passed away. Did you see this?
Yeah.
at the age of 88 in Miami following a long illness.
I'm surprised of the stories that I sent you that I didn't send this one, that you chose this.
Yeah, President Snow.
I just feel like death stories are so...
It's a dead end, literally.
What could we say? RIP. And it's not like this is someone who's always being spoken about on the toast. Like when Queen Elizabeth died, we could have done a whole episode. I don't know. I feel like this was a bad pick, honestly.
There's people in between Queen Elizabeth and some of the other deaths that we don't announce. But I don't know. I was bummed to see Donald Sutherland.
Of course, nobody wants anyone to die except Hitler. So RIP.
Rip Donald.
Rip Donald.
An iconic, seriously, an iconic actor.
Of course. Was he also Dumbledore?
Was he?
After OG Dumbledore died, in the movies, Dumbledore dies in the middle. Not the character, the actor, I think.
I thought Dumbledore made it all the way through. No? So. Ooh. That's always rough.
Donald Sutherland either played Dumbledore or is Dumbledore coded, you know?
Well, that's for sure, but I'm not seeing on his
IMDb
list of things. Yeah, he was in one of my favorite movies, The Italian Job. What a great movie. Have you seen it? No. Oh, Turt. You should watch that.
Oh, Turt?
Oh, Turt. Yeah, you would like it. It's in the same vein of how you really like Kingsman.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Just mid-episode update, this pillow is not helping at all. I'm in more pain than ever.
I'm sorry, La. And he was also in a movie called Ad Astra, which just feels like something I should watch, just so I could say and talk about it.
SAG-AFTRA.
Ad Astra greater than SAG-AFTRA.
Totally.
That's the Brad Pitt, space movie. Actually, I saw it.
LOL.
LOL, not memorable. There was a period, a year, where a lot of space movies came out. It was giving Snow White.
Interstellar, Gravity.
And The Martian.
The Martian.
And then Ad Astra.
Yeah. Elon's influence.
Elon. It's always Elon. Oh my God, speaking of Elon, something that I actually wanted to make a story that I will make subset B to Donald Sutherland for reminding us of Elon, is that Khloe Kardashian is getting a video series on X.
Weird,
but I like it. So X is doing some original programming on X. They're tapping talent because other people have shows on X, but I think it's just stuff that they
political.
What?
It's mostly political, no?
No, but it's also people give themselves. Anybody can post a video on X and say, I'm doing a show on X.
Oh, yeah. It's not exclusive. They're not being paid by X.
Right, but this is coming up from on high at X. She is launching a video podcast on X. The Elon Musk-owned tech company has inked a deal with Khloe, who will host a video podcast on the platform beginning this fall. The 26-episode series is still light on specifics, though it will blend Kardashian's boundary-pushing sense of humor with her signature relatability to tackle dilemmas ranging from the everyday to the ever-absurd. It's part of the platform's the platform is called Originals on X, in which creators maintain ownership of their video content with a 24-hour exclusive window on the platform before they can post it elsewhere. That seems fair.
So she's doing a podcast. It's going to be everywhere else too?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of social media platforms create original content with creators on their platform that only Snapchat does it, TikTok does it. So this is really smart. And them tapping Khloe, the people's princess, also very smart because there has been demand for a while. The Kardashians, none of the Kardashians have a podcast, and they're sort of the face of social media and invented influencing whatever.
Kim does.
And podcasting.
She had a podcast, a Spotify original podcast about
barely.
Criminal
social justice. Yeah, that's not what people want. When I think about the Kardashians, they're really not in the podcasting space at all.
You want them to sit down and gab.
Yeah, and it's surprising because they're so open to all new social media platforms, new media. That's kind of their thing, and why they've been so successful is they're on everything and they're everywhere. And so them not one of them, even Chris, not one of them having a podcast is kind of weird.
Yeah, and I think when you think about who should be the first sister to do it, Khloe is the personality sister. You know, she had Khloe After Dark. She had Cocktails with Khloe. She was the host of X Factor. She's the one whose personality is super marketable. So I think that this is a great idea. I love the fact that Elon sees Khloe, Khloe sees Elon.
And it really could and should become sort of like their version of Red Table Talk. Because I feel like there are so many times when we want them to speak on something and they end up, months later talking about it in a random interview. But if it's their own show, then it's like rising tides, raise all tides. Like if, Kim went on that random podcast that I hadn't even heard of to talk about like Balenciaga Gate. If she had spoken about it on, and all these people were listening to a podcast for the first time that they hadn't heard of. If it was their own show, that's just better for business.
Yeah.
And it could be really good. And Khloe, you're right. Khloe is the only option for the host, or Chris.
To start, or Chris, but I also think Courtney could do a podcast because she's huge into wellness, like a Poosh podcast. I mean, I'm shocked there isn't one because the wellness space is like huge for podcasting to have on all these experts. I see these videos all the time. And has anyone been seeing this guy? I now get like, he goes on a lot of podcasts and then his clips of when he's on the podcast like are coming to me, and he's just like a wellness guy. He's now telling me I shouldn't use like pink Himalaya sea salt. So he said I should use Celtic salt. And I'm like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? He's now on every podcast.
And what are his credentials, most importantly?
I don't know his name. I just know what he looks like from seeing the videos. He's bald, if that helps.
I don't know him.
Let me know if everyone's been seeing this guy. Like, who is he and where did he come from? And why am I about to switch out my salt because of him?
No, maybe look into his credentials first.
And he's also like a parenting expert. And I've seen some of his takes on parenting, and it's like nothing crazy. It's like just good sound advice.
He's not a radical.
He went on that podcast of those two, that married couple that are always like going viral, Abby and Matt.
Oh my God, we have to
Actually, I could probably find this guy. We have to talk. I don't really I feel two ways about talking about them because I have like,
if you have nothing nice to say.
I have so many unkind thoughts.
Yeah.
About him. But I don't want to be like, I don't want to say them because I feel bad for her.
Yeah. They're, for those who don't know, a couple who they got, their start on TikTok, and they make TikToks together. They do a podcast together, and a lot of their content, most of their content is about, balancing work and marriage and kids. They have 2 under 2. And the wife, people love the wife. And the husband recently decided to like start making music. And a lot of their podcast clips have gone viral. He's definitely toxic. That's what I'll say. But you're right. No, I actually don't have one positive kind thing to say about him. So I'll just shut my mouth. About him. Yeah. I see her videos too. And I like her videos. She works hard.
She works so hard. Oh my gosh. She's like
full-time mom, full-time content creator.
Full-time mom, like always breastfeeding, dealing with her husband who's like doesn't want to celebrate Father's Day because it's too close to his birthday. So they're literally making a separate special day for them to celebrate Father's Day so he can have some distance from his birthday.
She had to apologize to him last year because he had to barbecue on his birthday / Father's Day, and he had to be put to work to barbecue. She doesn't stop like having babies, giving birth, making food, making content, working, breastfeeding, doing the dishes,
working out. She's jacked.
And he just started, he just rented an apartment a couple of roads down where he skateboards to so he can make music in silence while he leaves her at home all day with the kids. Like,
honestly, I'm happy for her. Like, leave, please.
Get the fuck out.
We don't want to hear the singing. I feel bad. Like, I don't have a kind
word to say. They need to stop. The thing is, everybody's life works for them. You know what I mean? Like, we can't understand it, but they absolutely have to stop sharing parts of their life because seriously, it makes them look really bad. And maybe it works for them and like maybe we can't understand it, but like, stop.
Yeah, and I don't want to say like, these things that I just said because I feel like it just adds more stress to her plate.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure then he comes home
him?
And he's like, everyone said this about me. And then she has to like help him.
No, and he's just like making music for nobody. And like the thing is, I like made music, obviously. I never shirked my responsibilities in work or in my personal life for the sacrificing of my music because I know I'm not a serious songwriter and neither is he.
His music making doesn't bother me at all.
Compared to shirking his responsibilities as a husband and a father to go make music in a studio apartment.
Compared to the things that he says, like that are so out of touch. Even I remember I saw a video like right after she gave birth, and he was talking about they're in the hospital, and he's self-testimonial style, like talking about his experience and how like he got Abby.
He couldn't wait to go home.
Formula because her milk wasn't coming in, and like that's how it goes when you just give birth and you're in the hospital. Like your milk comes in slowly, you have colostrum, and like he's like pressuring her to use formula when she's trying to breastfeed. I'm like, hate.
I saw that on TikTok last night and somebody stitched it and was like teaching people how little food a baby needs when they're 1 to 3 days old, like because their belly is the size of a peanut. So like even if she has so little milk coming in, the kid is fine.
Yeah, no, and it's thick milk coming in. It's designed for baby. She also had she was breastfeeding into her pregnancy. She would do like, here's what I eat in a day. Breastfeeding on pregnant. She would eat so much. So like she's got a good supply. I'm not worried about her supply.
she's sort of like this superwoman, supermom with this deadbeat husband. And they insist on making content about his lack of contributions to the household. And I don't mean financially, I mean in all senses. And they keep getting dragged and they keep sharing.
I imagine maybe, hopefully, somewhere there too, in a room watching this, laughing, being like, it's working. Yeah. Everyone's talking about us. We've bothered, like, this is engagement. Because I saw the clip of him saying, we need to reschedule Father's Day because it's too close to my birthday. I sent it to someone to be like, hate.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. And then I
like how we said we weren't going to talk.
And then I saw this morning another podcast was watching the clip and about to react to it. So I guess this has gone like very viral. If
yes, I mean, if you have heard about it, yes, because it started on TikTok.
So I see, like, I hope somewhere they're like such a happy, strong couple and they do these things to go viral because it's good for their business.
Yeah, praying hands emoji.
But anyways, all to say, she's such a queen, like the most patient woman in the world.
I could never. Renting a second home to go make your music that brings in no money, jail.
Oh, all to say, the guy who's now been on every podcast giving me advice, and I have no idea who he is, but he speaks with authority, and I'm listening to him. I don't know who he is. He's like the new Huberman. He saw, like, Huberman took a day off. Put me in, coach.
Oh, Huberman's getting canceled? It's my time now.
He's Fuberman.
Fuberman, I love that.
And then backtracking once again to Courtney, who I think could have a podcast because wellness podcasts are all the rage. There's so much to talk about. And I would listen to her advice.
Yeah.
So I think this could be the start of something new.
I hope she like takes it seriously and not just like, because she's obviously getting paid by X, and so hopefully it's not just like a contract fulfillment. And I hope she really like wants to be a podcaster and can make this sort of the center of their media company. They are this media empire.
No, I think there's so much potential here for like good conversations. As long as she's not just like, you know, someone else books the talent, prepares the questions, then she sits down with them. Like, I want to go deep.
I hope she looks at this more as like a real opportunity for her to grow as a celebrity and an influencer, more so than just a job.
Yes, I agree. I think
it can exist off of Twitter.
Yeah,
it has a lot of potential.
And could really be like transformative for her, because I feel like these days she has a lot of anxiety about what the public thinks about her. And this is a way to put yourself out there, be a little bit more understood.
In control.
I think it's good. I'm really excited.
Same.
And I ship Khloe and Elon, I just want to say.
We gathered.
In case anyone like was curious.
Cool.
Are you ready for our next story?
What number?
4.
Yeah.
A little funny fashion mishap, I guess. Brie Larson and Alexandra Daddario accidentally twin in the same dress at an event in Italy. So the two...
I'm sorry. I chose better stories than this. Like,
you chose Kylie, which we nixed already.
Lindsay Hubbard selling her wedding dresses.
That's our next story.
Okay, what else did I send?
And then the other one was Emma Stone saying she's fine about her birth name.
We love talking about people's names. I actually watched the clip too. She like was like embarrassed. One of the interviewers was like, "What the hell am I calling you?" He like kind of just called her out, and she was like, "Honestly, I don't care. I just wanted everybody to know that like my name is not Emma." But in SAG, which I also didn't know, you can't have the same name as somebody registered. Like it's basically like a username. And I just want to say, I think that's stupid and a rule that should be changed.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like people have names. Like
you can't help what your name is.
Right. And so you have to be registered under like and I guess that's why a lot of celebrities don't go by their real names. Sometimes I think it's like an intentional stage name, and sometimes they get screwed.
Yeah.
And who the hell is this SAG registered person with the name Emily Stone? Like what has she done?
Right. But I'm sure when Emma Stone was registering is like, who knows who's going to be the better Emily Stone?
Yeah, but like I could tell in the interview, it was on some morning show. She like kind of felt embarrassed. It was like stupid. Like I think she felt stupid because she like made this like kind of like kerfuffle about it, and everybody picked it up and it was everywhere. And then they were like, "Wait, what are we calling you?" And I don't know if when she said it, she like wanted it to be newsworthy. I think she was just kind of like letting everyone know that her name is Emily.
Yeah, just like a fun fact about me.
Yeah, but she was like, "You don't have to call me that."
Got it.
She was like, please. I think she wanted she was like, please shut up. Like, stop.
Yeah, I feel like anytime someone tries to give clarity on their name, whether it's like Ariana Grande, Brendan Fraser,
Rihanna,
it never works out. And then we wind up being confused. We still call you what we used to call you, and now we're confused. And it just never has the effect that you think it's going to.
Yeah, that's like
Kelly Brienne.
I was going to say that too, but in terms of pronunciating things, like, yeah, I feel like we find out every couple of years we've been saying someone's name wrong. Ariana Grande is the perfect example. And it's like, she told us that and nobody moved.
Right. And I don't think that we should.
Like, it is what it is. We're too into this.
Yeah.
To go home now.
It's like, at this point, that your name is a business. So that's the name of your business is Ariana Grande. Your personal name is Ariana Grande. Cool. I don't know you as a person. So.
And it's probably nice to have a little bit of a separation, you know?
Some distance. I agree.
Those who really know you call you, like, by the correct pronunciation.
Like, you can make a reservation at a restaurant as, like, Miss Grandy, and the hostess doesn't know that you're a famous person.
Perfect for a little work-life balance, don't you think?
I agree. Emma Stone can make a massage for Emily Stone, and they don't know that it's Emma until she arrives.
I do want to say, I think probably the best thing to happen to Emma Stone is having to change her name, because the name Emma Stone, I want to say, like, or like audibly, like hearing it, but also seeing it visually, is such a cutesy little movie star name. Emily Stone is a little bit harsher. The Y, I don't know, it doesn't slap, I think, in a glamorous way, the way Emma Stone does.
Well, here's a good comparison. Emily Blunt. It's the same thing. Would she be better as Emma Blunt?
No, actually, because blunt as a name, but also as a word, it means something like in the dictionary, is sort of sharp and harsh.
A stone is sharp and harsh.
No, but I mean, like, I can't, like, explain.
No, I know what you mean, like dialectically.
Yeah, it's like Emily, and then also the way it's written, blunt.
I feel the exact same way about Stone.
No, because Stone ends in an E. It's sort of like light and feathery.
But
like
there's
Emma.
a T in there, like blunt.
Yes, that's true. It's true. But I feel as though it slaps differently. I really do believe that. And Emily Blunt works. It works. The Y is very sort of final, and so is the T. Blunt. I like it.
Okay. I think I'm
maybe
also saying
maybe
Emma
I'm just
Blunt,
used to it.
I think Emma Blunt would have been as successful as Emily Blunt, and Emma Stone would have been as successful as Emily Stone.
I don't agree.
And the fact that there's an opposite of them proves the point.
Who was another famous Emily?
Emily in Paris.
That's what I was going to say.
Emily Ratajkowski, but she's got a whole other thing going on.
She's
like
Emrata.
You know?
Yeah.
Not applicable.
I feel like that's it.
I
like
feel
really
like
famous.
Famous Emily. Not any household names.
Right.
To us. I'm sure people will be like, you forgot about Emily Dickinson.
Didinato.
Emily Didinato. Yeah.
I don't know why I never registered her name as Emily. Do you know what I mean?
And that it could be Emma. I think they're both such a great name. And then we have Emma Watson.
I'm having like garage.
I know. It's like
I'm saying Emily so much. I'm like, is Emily a name even? It's giving rascal. I'm kind of like having an existential crisis.
But I just want to say, I think the name Emily and Emma, both names, which are very similar, are both beautiful classic names.
Agreed.
I have no beef with either of them, and I feel warmly towards both of them, in the same degree of warmth.
Thank you for clarifying.
Do you feel the same degree of warmth?
I feel a little bit like warmer towards Emma.
Cute. Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brie Larson and Alexandra Daddario did not wear the same dress to an event.
No, seriously, like I don't understand how Alexandra, what's her name?
Daddario.
Is famous. Like she just showed up one day as like the girl with the blue eyes who's famous, and we all like knew her name. I never knew her name.
Because of True Detective, I think.
Yeah, no, because then she was in White Lotus and she was like the pretty girl with blue eyes, and everybody was like, yeah, we know her. I'm like, you do? What's her name? And everybody just like knew her name. And then she was also in that show, Why Women Kill, first season.
No, she's actually in so many like amazing projects, but it just like doesn't stick. She was in that movie The Layover with Kate Upton. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, no, but you're right. She doesn't like translate. She's like a successful actress, but not a famous person.
Yeah, she was also in Baywatch, like these huge projects.
I'm telling you, I have like a conspiracy theory about her. I can't figure out what it is
But
yet.
It doesn't stick. She was also in the movie adaptation of one of my favorite Sophie Kinsella books called Can You Keep a Secret? And the movie was so bad. And then after that, like I was mad.
She climbed into bed and she started feeling mad.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So
I'll leave it there.
Before we leave it there with the fifth and final story and Queenie and Weenie of the week, I'd like to remind you that the rest of today's episode is brought to you by Kindle Vella. So introducing Kindle Vella, readers' interactive gateway to episodic stories available anytime, anywhere. So Kindle Vella has this, Kindle has this new product called Kindle Vella that has so many fabulous episode. So every story, it's storytelling where every episode is made up of episodes, much like your favorite TV shows or podcasts. And what's so fabulous is that the first 10 episodes of every story are free, and then additional episodes are unlocked by purchasing tokens. So what's worse than like even, buying a book or a TV show and realizing you don't like it and just being stuck with it? So you can listen to the first couple of episodes and find the right one for you. It's easy to use and you can access it using the Kindle app. The episodes are short, my favorite, and they pack a punch. You can enjoy stories across a variety of genres, and there's a social community aspect, so you can interact with each other and different authors, and new episodes are being added daily. So sometimes you don't want to sit down and just like read a whole book. Kindle Vella understands that. They've got romance, they've got fantasy, really any type of reader, whatever you are, they will have something for you. Tons of different authors, tons of different twists, and you can start reading for free on your Kindle. So that's Kindle Vella, Vella. Enjoy episodes, find one for you, and sound off in the comments. Like, what did you read on Kindle Vella that you loved and you might recommend to a friend? Today's episode is also brought to you by Taylor Farms Mini Chopped Salad Kits. They come in 5 delicious flavors: Pizza Ranch, Green Goddess Ranch, Nashville Hot, Citrus Crunch, and Caesar. We are obsessed with Taylor Farms, and their mini salads in a bag are perfect for a gal on the go. We are working women. We are mothers. We are girl bosses and CEOs. We can't be sitting down for a 5-course meal. Throwing a Taylor Farms salad into your cart at the grocery store every week will save you a world of trouble. Taylor Farms itself is a family-owned company on a mission to create healthy lives through fresh, delicious food. And they have single-serving chopped salad kits that are prepped, cleaned, and ready to go for one. So there's less food waste with all the great taste. Now I know what you're thinking. We all have our preconceived notions about a salad in a bag. It's giving not good. It's giving brown and crusty. No, not Taylor Farms. They're not like other salads in a bag. First of all, the ingredients are so fresh, so crisp. That lettuce has a nice crunch to it. And it's pre-cleaned, so you literally can eat it straight out of the bag. They have such great flavors. Like I said, they've got the Pizza Ranch, Green Goddess Ranch, Citrus Crunch, of course, the classic Caesar. So easy to use for a gal on the go. So delicious. Ways to get creative. Of course, you can make it fancy, serve it for, a family dinner, add a protein, make some grilled chicken. But if you really just want to have something healthy and fresh and delicious to eat for lunch in the middle of the day, whether you're at work or you're picking your kids up from school, running errands, it's fabulous. It's also fabulous for a girly on a health journey, much like ourselves. You can purchase Taylor Farms Mini Chopped Salad Kits wherever you like to shop. It's available at all major grocery stores. That's the Taylor Farms Mini Chopped Salad Kits.
Thank you. Our fifth and final story, kind of the most genius partnership. Like if we had Cannes Lions Award, Toasty Lions for Best Brand Partnerships, which by the way, we should.
Yep.
Toasty Lions.
Because I saw this and I didn't even know it was like a paid thing or a sponsorship / partnership. I just thought it was like a thing.
This would be a contender for top 3. Summer House star Lindsay Hubbard is selling her own wedding dresses for charity following her broken engagement. So on Thursday, Lindsay Hubbard announced her partnership with Kleinfeld again. So Kleinfeld is the storied wedding dress shop in New York City. It's where they film Say Yes to the Dress. Turdy is on an episode of that. Really, Turt? You should go watch it.
No, you shouldn't.
That's how so many people know who we are.
We're cutting that out. We do not recommend people watch that show.
Okay, anyways, everyone knows
I was never on it.
Now Kleinfeld is starting a resale program called Kleinfeld Again, where people can sell their wedding dresses. I mean, this is huge business because it's something you only wear once. Some people want a vintage dress or something that's not like from the showroom floor right now. And they've partnered with Lindsay Hubbard to sell the 3 wedding dresses she planned to wear at her own ceremony with Carl Radke before he called off their engagement in August 2023. She told People that I was, quote, talking to the girls from Kleinfeld, just telling them that I needed to sell my wedding dresses. And they were like, funny you should mention that because we're launching a website for that. These dresses were just sitting in my closet waiting for me to figure out what to do with them. I thought the reunion and watching the reunion was going to be the final step in my breaking up process, but it was a whole year of reliving and rewatching and talking about it over and over. And this is the final step for me, getting these dresses off my hands.
No, so genius. And there's also a charity element to
Yes,
Lindsay's.
So the proceeds from the sale of these dresses will be donated to Chick Mission, a nonprofit organization that helps women with cancer freeze their eggs before starting treatment.
I have chills. I'm obsessed.
This is firing in all cylinders. Like, give this the Adweek Award of the Year. There's
especially
a philanthropy element. It's such a great partnership. It's a great idea. It's a necessary idea.
So this is like, I think for me and a lot of people, like I had never heard of this program that Kleinfeld does. I think it's absolutely genius. I remember a couple of years ago, I watched an episode of Shark Tank and the girls came in with this idea. They had basically like a wedding rental website. Like you only wear it once, make some of your money back, give it to someone else. And it was so smart. I don't know if anybody ever invested, but the company itself like never took off. But this concept of like buying a wedding dress, probably the most expensive dress anyone will buy in their lifetime, wearing it once and it sits and it's like, yeah, for the memories, my daughter's gonna wear it. Your daughter's not wearing it, okay? She doesn't wanna wear it. And if she is, she's tearing it apart and making it into like some thotty dress of the future. So you might as well get your money back, seriously.
Yeah.
I wanna send my dress to, it takes up so much space in my closet. I've never taken it out of the garment bag since the day of my wedding.
Do you have it in your apartment?
Yeah, it takes up a whole closet.
You should do it.
Yeah. Where's yours?
Here, yeah, I have them.
Like,
I have two. One of them, I wouldn't part with my... I don't know why even. I just like, it's so me. I love it so much. If I ever go to the Met Gala, it's what I'm wearing. It's Carolina Herrera.
Oh, okay. That's actually smart if you ever go to
That's
the Met
like
Gala.
not why I'm keeping it, but like, I don't know. I'm not, it's my dress. Like, and maybe that's how a lot of people, but the second dress, also super nice. I could see how I don't know that I would ever wear it again. It's like a hoop skirt. It's such a wedding dress. I couldn't wear it anywhere else.
Kleinfeld being the company to do this is so brilliant. The partnership with Lindsay, 10s across the board. They could never make me hate Lindsay. Like everything she does these days, I'm just like eating it up. I think I'm like her. If Lindsay Hubbard has no fans, I'm dead.
No, it's so true and it's so crazy. And also, it wouldn't be a Friday if like we weren't talking about Lindsay Hubbard at the end of the show.
Yeah, because like I had watched Summer House on and off throughout the years. I've never been a consistent viewer, and I've never really been drawn to her as a castmate. She's never just been somebody who's like, you know, content resonated with me. I only recently started following her on social media, even though I follow Paige, I follow Amanda, Hannah,
Sierra.
I am obsessed with this woman, and I really hope she doesn't return to the show, like for real.
It'll be interesting to see what she does. I feel the same way in the past when I would watch her, because the first season I started watching was when like the Austin...
Yeah, and she was the villain in that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, like, I don't want to get drinks with this girl, you know? Now, like,
right.
I would, like, we lay our careers on the line every Friday.
Defending her.
To defend her.
I love her.
Also, did you see Jesse Solomon posted that picture? Everyone's like, he's a toaster. Because he posted with a cigar in his mouth saying, how you doing?
Yeah, I guess that phrase, like, does exist outside of our universe, correct?
Not that I, like, maybe, but that's... I just like used to say how you doing on Zoom.
Yeah, but did you make that up?
I didn't get it from somewhere. Like it could be like parallel thinking, Sparky Pilastri syndrome.
What would Jesse Solomon do?
Yeah, people are saying it's like Lil Wayne. I didn't get
okay.
it from Lil Wayne. I think we could say that.
Yeah, we can, but we would be lying.
But I think Lil Wayne and I are parallel thinkers.
I think that's true.
Who are creative and original and violent in our work.
You definitely have that in common.
And so does Flaubert.
So those were the Fast Five, really a collaborative effort. And I feel like where we landed, I feel good about, even though we ended up doing like 7 stories because I was complaining about every single one of them, which I apologize for. And normally I'm not so like invested in your responsibility, but like I chose the stories today and I'm like, where are my stories?
Yeah, but I told you 3 out of 5 had made them.
I thought the other 2 like would be so much better than and they weren't.
Oh, they resonated with me more. Like, I miss those days of who wore it better. I feel like that doesn't happen anymore.
So do I, except that like I like can't see the dress that the 2 are wearing, and neither can anyone listening. Like, yeah, we can give them homework, like go Google it, but like who wants to do that? You know, I'm just trying to enjoy a podcast.
Okay, well, you do have to go watch my piece of violent original content on my reels. And
correct.
So that's your homework, but I just one more thing that I wanted to say.
Queenie and Weenie.
About our originality. Yes, before we get to Queenie and Weenie. What were we just saying? Oh, that there were so many, we wound up doing like 7. Honestly, before I sat down for the show, like I had like 7 stories on my tabs. There was an abundance of stories today.
Thank God for that, you know? Let's just be grateful and stop complaining.
Yeah, acknowledge the space that we're in. For a Friday, abundance of stories, TY, SM.
Speaking of Friday, it is time for Queenie and Weenie of the Week, a weekly segment where Jackie and I dole out 2 awards individually, so really 4 awards. Queenie of the Week and Weenie of the Week. Who dazzled you this week as a Queenie, and who seriously gave you secondhand embarrassment this week as a Weenie? So as always, let's start with Queenie because it's less fun.
Okay, you know, after this last conversation, I'm so tempted to give it to Lindsay Hubbard.
Again.
Per usual, again.
She's setting records, like seriously, 3 times in a row.
She is the winner of the Toasty Lions Award.
Yes.
But the winner, my Queenie of the Week, is a person I was introduced to this week who has exhibited Queenie-like behavior apparently for years and his entire life, and that's Zach Hyman, the Jew on the Edmonton Oilers, who is pro-Israel, a children's book author, and a PJOM.
I love that. My Queenie of the Week is one Kelly Brand Clarkson. Like, she made my life. Like, this was one of the best weeks of my life. Like, I got home and I was buzzing, and Ben was like, wow, you had a banner night. I'm like, you don't even know. The way she made me feel, like, the way her music makes me feel, like, is so fabulous. But to have that experience IRL, and so often you meet people that you look up to, and even if they're good, like, they're never better. She was even better. She was so real. Like, again, her, Luke Combs, and Lindsay Hubbard, like, there's nothing those 3 people could do that would make me hate them. Seriously.
Would you say that Kelly Clarkson is your favorite kind of high, rushing through you like a fire, and I need you to know?
Yes, I would.
She's her favorite. She's her favorite kind of high.
It was such a pleasure, and that just never happens.
I love that.
I'm only sorry you weren't there.
Oh, well, thank you for bringing Kelly Brand IRL to the masses and letting us know that we are rightful in our stanhood.
Now, Weenie of the Week. Who, to you, Jackie, acted in a Weenie-like manner
There's
this
only
week?
one Weenie of the Week.
Let's say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Justin Timberlake. I mean,
so many
case closed.
Elements.
Even though you said you had 2?
I honestly was considering Kevin Costner for Weenie of the Week, because honestly, like, he was annoying me this week with all of his press, and then, like, to wrap up the press week of, like, after being a thirst monster with, like, some piece of shit news, it's giving Weenie.
I understand that, but Justin Timberlake is so far and ahead the Weenie of the Week. If it had been a slow news week, it could have been Kevin Costner.
If Kevin Costner is my number 2, like, 1 is all the way up here, and 2 is, like, it wasn't even close. I agree.
Yeah. I'm up here and you're down here.
Go to sleep.
Take a Xanax, go to sleep.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, like, obviously driving drunk is a Weenie thing to do. Like, you're always going to be a contender for Weenie of the Week if you start driving drunk. But so many other elements really obviously just made this the obvious choice. Mainly, you know, this is going to ruin the tour. Mainly just him in general.
Just him, like being him. There was someone gave a good example of a person with a DUI who I know you're going to overlook.
Go.
Karen Huger.
Oh, yeah, that was recently.
Yeah, and you already forgot.
You know what? Seriously, like, I'm unapologetic. I feel like I'm so authentic. Like, I always tell you guys, like, I'm a hypocrite. Like, I constantly contradict myself. Yeah, I have these rules, but yeah, they don't apply to Karen Huger. Sorry, they don't apply to gods, okay?
Understood.
Like, please, don't insult Karen Huger by comparing her to Sam Hunt, okay?
Willy-nilly and proud.
Yeah, like, I'm scrupled sometimes. And I own that, by the way. Like, I don't say, like, I am the most consistent,
no, it's true. It's true. And I love when you're just like, okay, I'm being a hypocrite. Cool.
Yeah, I can acknowledge it. Oh, and I'm also always saying, like, I'm so open to changing my mind. Like, it's not even that I'm willy-nilly. Like, yes, I hear a compelling argument. You can change my mind.
Yeah.
I think that's good to be so open-minded, by the way. Some of you could use that sort of energy.
No, willy-nilly in the sense, like you say, when someone has a DUI, like they're done to, doesn't matter like who they are. That does not apply, though, to some people, including, now we have our example, Karen Huger. That's
Correct.
where the willy comes in.
I wouldn't even apologize. I feel like it's self-explanatory, Karen Huger. You know what I mean? Like, think of all the good she's done. Why would we let this one small little thing? Okay, that is our show. That is our week. What a great week. I hope everybody was able to get the merch that they wanted. There are some pieces left, so if you head to shoptoastmerch.com, you can order some of our fabulous items. We are going to be in person next week. We've got our live shows. So much excitement to be excited about.
Excitement excites me. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
Love ya.
Oh, no wrap up? Yeah, just
no
do it.
wrap up. No. You could wrap up. I'll tell them I love them twice. I'm not ashamed.
Thank you so much for listening to the Toast the Millennium Morning Show, where we tell the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iReady, Castbox, all the places, web business, podcast, find us. So don't leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, about how stunning, about how wickedly talented we are.
Tell me you love... Have you found that I've been more musical?
I have.
What do you think?
It's not my favorite, but who the fuck am I to talk?
Is it because it's not you being musical, or you just don't like musical? Are you like one of those like toxic toasters that's like, stop singing?
No, I definitely find it like annoying and disruptive to the flow of conversation, like dead ass.
Rick.
I know, but seriously, I do it. So who like?
And I feel like with me, it's just a phase right now because I'm not usually this musical. I just like
No, and I need to calm down. It's like rules for thee, but not for me.
literally rules for Sam Hunt, but not for Karen Huger.
Because like I think you should stop, but I won't. So you know.
Okay. Love ya. Bye.